Let's talk about the relegation battle in general then. It seems like you've got a bottom four because you've got Sunderland 25 points, Norwich and Newcastle 24, and Villa on 16. It looks like it's 3 from those 4.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Villa, it's just a case of when now, isn't it? I know it's still mathematically possible, but the way they've been playing, it's just you just want to put them out of their misery really and just get it over and done with. But taking them out of the equation, it's definitely 2 from 3 because of things like Swansea and Bournemouth. They've got wins at just the right time, so they're sort of got that buffer. You could maybe make a case of Crystal Palace if they keep losing and then the other teams do sort of get a few wins. They could maybe shelve that 9-point gap, but I think Norwich's form has let them down at just the wrong time, and I think they're going to be in real trouble. And then you're looking at either Sunderland or Newcastle, and again, it depends if Steve McCann's still in the job, and if they do make a change, would that then boost Newcastle's chance of staying up? So I reckon it's going to be Villa, Norwich, and one of those North East clubs, and I think at the moment you'd probably say Newcastle. I don't know what you think, Richard.
I'd be quite happy if they got rid of all 4.
It's about time.
A special for this season.
They're all just gash. It's a shame for the northeast of England at the moment that there's such an awful load of football in the northeast. You look at all of Yorkshire and then up to Tyne and Wayside, and none of them are playing deep. There's probably Middlesbrough is probably the best side at the moment of all of them.
Does it not point to a wider trend of sort of northern powerhouses like Leeds, Sheffield Wednesday, all those kind of clubs that are sort of struggling because players don't want to go to those kind of places? It's not a slight at the north or any disrespect like that, but if you're a foreign footballer looking to earn 60, 70 grand, are you going to want to live in places like Leeds, Sheffield, Middlesbrough? You want to be in a more cosmopolitan area like London, Liverpool, Manchester. Is that sort of quite significant, or is that just a coincidence?
No, I think you bang on it, because there definitely seems to have been, over the last 20 years, a real decline in football across the Pennines. You look at the Northwest clubs; they're still getting bigger and bigger, but over the hills, they're all in just disarray nowadays.
I think you see it with big transfers, though, big names who get linked to London clubs and northern clubs. You do often see that they pick the London club, like, for example, Alexis Sanchez at Arsenal is a good example of that.
Yeah, I suppose you could always say, well, I know we covered Hazard earlier, but I think being in London as well would obviously push that move a bit closer towards Chelsea. So it certainly can sway a move, can't it?
Yeah.
The bright lights of London versus the rain of Manchester. And again, it's not me digging the north or anything like that, but I suppose a foreign footballer's mentality is certainly going to have quite a big swing in their decision. I suppose also, if they've got a wife or a girlfriend, are they going to want to live in, again, London or Liverpool, London or Manchester? So I think London certainly has that pull, and it's no, like I say, it's no coincidence, isn't it? But it's very interesting to see. You sort of wonder. It's also, you get clubs like I don't know, Reading and all these other clubs like Southampton. It's no coincidence that the bracket of southern clubs are now taking the places of the northern clubs that used to be in the top flight. So it's certainly a trend. It'll be interesting to see how far that trend continues.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. If you look sort of 20 years ago, the number of if you put like a line across where all the teams in the Premier League are situated on a map, how far down it's moved over 20 years as the average.
I'll try and do some research for next week's show, see if I can get the average point or something. But that would be an interesting thing to look at for sure.
I bet it's really gone quite a bit further south in the past 20 years.